A long time ago, there was a man named Abram. He lived in a place called Haran with his wife Sarai and his family. Abram was a kind and faithful man who loved and trusted God. One day, God spoke to Abram. He said, "Leave your country, your people, and your father's house. Go to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great. You will be a blessing to others." Genesis 12, 1-2. Abram listened carefully to God's words. It was a big request. God was asking Abram to leave his home, his friends, and everything he knew. Abram didn't even know where he was going. He just had to trust God. "What should we do?" Sarai asked. Abram smiled and said, "We will follow God. He has promised to bless us and guide us. We can trust him." So Abram and Sarai packed their belongings. They took their tents, their animals, and all their servants. Abram's nephew Lot came with them too. They left Haran and began their journey, not knowing where God would lead them. As they traveled, God guided them step by step. During the day, they walked under the hot sun, and at night, they rested under the stars. Abram looked up at the sky and remembered God's promise. Finally, they reached the land of Canaan. God said to Abram, "This is the land I will give to your children and their children." Abram was thankful. He built an altar to worship God and said, "Thank you, Lord, for guiding us and keeping your promise." Abram and Sarai continued to travel through the land, trusting God to lead them. Everywhere they went, Abram built altars to worship and thank God. Questions to think about. Why do you think Abram trusted God enough to leave his home? Have you ever had to do something new or scary? How did it feel? How can we show trust in God like Abram did? Lessons from the story. Trust God's plan. Abram didn't know where he was going, but he trusted God to guide him. We can trust God to lead us too. Obedience brings blessings. Abram's faith and obedience opened the door to God's promises. Worship and thank God. Like Abram built altars to worship, we should thank God for his guidance and blessings in our lives. When you face something new or uncertain, remember Abram's story. God is always with us and we can trust him to guide us step by step.